Okay, I have a job to do, and it has to do with this tree that just fell. I knew that this thing was rotten. The top of it had been coming off for a couple of years. There's been branches falling, and then the kind of the top fell off, and then another section fell off, and then anyway, it got kind of interesting. I'm out here cutting grass, and I just did one pass through this area right here just a couple of minutes ago, and that tree wasn't there. And I came back, and it fell. So that thing's pretty much eaten up with termites, and I guess one of them termites just took one extra bite, and that was all that it took, and it came down. But it was just kind of funny because I was right through this area just 3-4 minutes ago, just making the rounds here. So anyway, I didn't have any specific projects this weekend to take care of. It's just maintain mode right now. I've got some things that I've got coming up, but nothing this weekend. But when you own a horse farm, you don't necessarily have to set up the projects. They kind of find you. So I'm going to finish cutting the grass out here, and then I will get the I could push this off with the front end loader on the tractor, but I think I'll get the skid steer out here and see if I can get the rest of this thing down and see just how rotten it is. If it won't come down readily, then I might get out here with the excavator and just see if I can dig around the base of it there and get it pushed off. This is an area over here where I push some stuff off to the side anyway, so this isn't a terrible area for this to happen. I do have another tree issue that I'm going to have to deal with. This is definitely going to be a different video, but it's this tree right here. That tree, let's see if I can get out of the sun here. That tree right there is dead. And it doesn't look like it was struck by lightning. I don't see any obvious lightning strikes on it, but that tree is going to be a little bit more of a challenge for me because that tree is actually leaning off in that direction, right over here towards our electric fence. And that thing can't be but maybe 20 feet away from that electric fence. So that's going to be a little bit more of a challenging project for me. I'm going to have to get up there, see if I can throw a cable around that tree, tie it off, and then I'm going to have to get that thing to come back this direction. So that's going to be one of those ones where the tree's leaning one direction and I need it to come back the other direction. So that'll be a different video, but that's definitely coming up because I'm starting to get concerned now that that thing's going to take out this section of fence right here. All right, but for right now, finish cutting grass, and then I will get this cleaned up, and that should pretty much do it for the day. All right. And by the way, when I do my Facebook videos, I will usually also post them or put a link on my Facebook page. Or when I do my YouTube videos, I put a link on my Facebook page. And I had a buddy of mine come up to me the other day when I posted my last video where I did the walkway project. And he said, "Hey man, I saw that walkway you did. That's pretty nice. Maybe you can come over and help me with a project or something." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. We can work it out." He goes, "I like that porno music that you put in it too." I was like, "What porno music are you talking about?" And I think he was talking about this section right here. So anyway, he was kidding with me about that, and I said, yeah, I guess it does kind of sound like porno music. So anyway, I'll make a concerted effort in the future to make sure the music that I put on my videos doesn't sound like porno music. Yeah, right. Okay, we got that done. So I just cleaned up the part of that tree that fell right there, and then the other part that was still there. There was maybe about I don't know, maybe 15, 20 feet of that tree that was still sitting in there. It was completely rotten. So as soon as I went up to it with the skid steer, it fell right over. Some of this is still kind of hanging in there tough, but I'll just let that rot away. But I got up here just about 2 feet or so, pushed it over, and it literally just crumbled and just fell back here in the wood line. I'll just leave it back there, let it rot. There's not really anything that I'm intend on doing over here in this particular area. So, and then the rest of it I just put over there. That's a brush pile that I've been kind of keeping over there for a long time. It's just a convenient place on the property when stuff falls all back in this area, or I have some storm damage or whatever. This is just a convenient area to push all that. So that's just kind of a pile that stays there all the time. So that's good to get that done. And like I said earlier, so the next thing I'm going to have to address is this tree right here. You could see by the angle of it that thing has got a definite lean towards my fence line right there, and it's going to have to come down, but I'm going to have to pull it in the opposite direction. So that's going to be kind of a challenge to do that. I could probably get the I'll just have to keep thinking about the best way to do that one right there, but I definitely have to keep it off of this fence line right here. That'll be an expensive mistake if I don't do that right. Okay, so I am done. On to the next job.